We're back for round two with our roundtable guests, Deborah Mathis, Hazel Trice-Etney, Robert Trainum, and Cornell Belcher. Now, next topic I don't really give a flip about, but Robert was so piped, he was so hot about it. New York Times had a story showing that across the country, 32 black Republicans are running for office. My point is, hey, show me when one of you win. Because just a few years ago, we had the year of the black Republican. I mean, it seems every 2 or 3 years, we see stories about, oh, all these black Republicans running, and none ever seem to win. So, Robert, why is it a story that they're running when none win?
It's a reason. It's a story for 2 reasons. One, this is the largest number since Reconstruction. The second reason why is Obama, the president.
It's really the largest number since a few years ago.
The president, who obviously is African-American descent, has inspired more and more people that look like you and me and everyone else on this panel to run. And that's inspiring in of itself. Because let me tell you something, Roland. I know you sound cynical about this, and I know deep in your heart you're not cynical about this.
I'm not cynical.
The real
I'm saying
issue,
win.
But it's not about winning all the time. It's about running and believing in something that's bigger than yourself. It's about putting yourself out there and saying, you know what, I may not win, but this is what I believe in. It's about the young kid in an inner city who sees someone that looks like them that's actually running for office for the first time. That's what it's about.
I'm sorry, Robert. It is very much about winning, especially when it comes to
poppycock.
Especially when it comes to black candidates running. What's the sense in running if you don't have a constituency, such as the Republican Party, who believes in you enough to make you win? I've written the story over and over again about black Republicans running for office, and they don't get in. It's a rarity.
Hazel.
It would make news if they got in.
Hazel.
Deborah, go ahead.
It would make news if they got in.
This is what I'm hoping. I think this is great. I believe in divide and conquer. As you know, I do. Don't just hold everything in one place. Divide and conquer. But what I'm hoping that at least a good portion of these 32 will do is to move in, to work inside, to reform the Republican Party, to make it more empathetic, more reflective, more sensitive to the black experience in America, and not just buy into the game that's already there.
Cornell, the real question that people are also raising, which Hazel speaks to, and that is, when you look at the party apparatus, is the funding there, staffing there, support there? So you may have folks running, but the question is, will you have?
Do they have your back?
Will you have the resources to run?
This is a litmus test for the Republican Party.
See, I'm with you. I agree. Diversity anywhere is a good thing, and I love it that you're getting to that Republican Party and challenge that, because quite frankly, we got to do better on the Democratic side as well. But the interesting thing about the apparatus is that one of the candidates, in particular, I think is the one in Florida who's running, is actually getting a lot of national money, and this has become sort of a celeb cause for the Tea Parties who want to say that I'm not racist. But for me, the fundamental problem, and we can have that conversation, but for me, the fundamental problem is this, is that when you look at sort of all these African Americans running, and you look at sort of the historic numbers that Democrats are now getting in the black community, Republicanism is really sort of outside the mainstream values of the African American community overall. So it's interesting that they'll never sort of represent the black community.
That's why I say this is a litmus test.